Welcome back to another news video. The meat of the news is covering Sony's State of Play. So many epic game reveals and updates. I'll sum it up for you. All this followed by our bonus round of quick news bits where we talk about the PSN outage and a few more interesting stories of the week. All news articles sourced for this video will be linked down in the description below that like button. Let's get into it. Alright, the Sony State of Play showed off a bunch of games. I'm only going to cover some of them, the ones that really stood out, which I think you'll find interesting as well. I'll link the original video down in the description below, as well as a news article that covers the entire event, if you'd like to read about it in full. Starting with Monster Hunter Wilds. We got another look at this game, and it looks absolutely incredible. Think vast, dynamic landscapes, new monsters, and of course, those epic hunts fans of the franchise love. Capcom has also confirmed that Wilds will be getting free post-launch updates. That means more monsters, more gear, and more content to keep you hunting for a long time to come. No more worrying about paid DLCs, splitting the player base. Everyone gets the new stuff. Monster Hunter Wilds is shaping up to be a worthy entry into the series, and with free updates on the way, it's definitely one to keep an eye on. You won't have to wait much longer. This game will launch on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam February 28th. This next one caught me by surprise. Shinobi Art of Vengeance is finally making its comeback. And the best part? It's coming from the same team behind the amazing Streets of Rage 4. This 2D action platformer stars Joe Musashi, the original ninja character from the old Shinobi games, and he's on a quest for vengeance. You'll have access to a variety of weapons and ninjutsu moves, and the combat promises to be fast-paced and combo-driven. This game releases on all platforms August 29th. Next up, we've got a brand new sci-fi horror game coming to PS5. It's called Directive 8020, and it looks absolutely terrifying. You'll be exploring a derelict space station, uncovering a dark mystery, and trying to survive against some seriously creepy creatures. Think claustrophobic environments, jump scares, and a whole lot of tension. And the body horror looks pretty gnarly. Directive 8020 launches on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam on October 2nd. So if you're a fan of sci-fi horror with an intriguing story, this is definitely one to add to your wish list. Here's a cool one. The Midnight Walk is a dark fantasy, handcrafted adventure that has some stunning visuals thanks to every asset being sculpted by hand in clay and then 3D scanned into the game. It's quite the achievement, creating a unique presentation for the genre. You'll be exploring a surreal world, uncovering a world of light and darkness, and experiencing a story about grief and loss. Another key feature is that this is a hybrid game, giving players the option to play on a traditional flat screen or in VR. I'm excited to check this weird creepy game out in VR personally. The Midnight Walk is expected to release May 8th on PS5 and Steam. A brand new Onimusha game is on the way. It's called Onimusha Way of the Sword, and we just got a fresh gameplay trailer. This isn't a remake, which is awesome since the last main Onimusha game released back in 2018 was based on a 2001 release. Way of the Sword is a completely new entry in the Onimusha universe, promising thrilling sword combat, a compelling story, and those awesome demon-slaying action sequences the series is known for. The trailer showcased some slick-looking gameplay, and it definitely has that classic Onimusha vibe. No release date yet, but Onimusha Way of the Sword is looking great, and will definitely be on my radar. Metal Eden is our next game, and it's looking sick. Imagine a combination of Doom with cyberpunk mech vibes, and add a touch of hypermobile futuristic parkour with a dark synth soundtrack bumping along with the action. The emphasis is fast movement and shooting powerful weapons at cybernetic enemies. The action looks intense, violent, all within a beautifully rendered cyberpunk world. Expect this one to arrive on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam May 6th. And saving what is arguably probably the best for last, get ready for some more mind-bending action from House Marquee, the creators of Returnal. They just announced their next game called Saros, and while all we got was a cinematic, all I can say is wow. While details are limited, it looks like it's going to be another visually stunning and action-packed experience, with House Marquee's signature blend of roguelike RPG progression, bullet hell gameplay, and unique artistic style. The trailer showcased some intriguing environments and hinted at a deeper narrative. House Marquee delivered a thrilling and innovative experience with Returnal, and it looks like they're planning to do it again. Unfortunately, this is an exclusive for the PlayStation 5, but I expect this will release on Steam at a later date. We don't have a release date yet, hopefully not too long from now. And those were some of the big hitters for me personally. I'm going to flash on the screen here a list of all of the announced games or previewed games. You can even check out the video, link down in the description below, or even the source news article that covers the event in written format so you could read it. But yeah, all in all, it was a great show. So many good games. I'm super excited that we've got this huge collection of games coming out. That's it for the main news story. Let's move on to the bonus round, where we cover some smaller news segments that I found interesting and wanted to share with you all. Also, are you enjoying this video? Consider supporting me and my channel by subscribing and also hitting that like button down below. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. So last weekend, PlayStation Network went down, and yeah, not exactly the gaming weekend that many of us were hoping for. As for Sony's response, Sony's decided not to go into any details explaining what happened, but instead they've promised a free treat as a form of apology. For PSN customers affected, they will receive 5 free days of service. This is pretty nice for a single day's outage. The reaction online has been mixed. Some folks are happy to get something, which is fair enough. Others are a bit more skeptical. They're like, a treat is nice, but what about the actual problem? What caused the outage? And honestly, those are valid questions. But I honestly do think that Sony's trying to be careful of what they state publicly. While transparency goes a long ways to building trust, I suspect that the outage was due to a DDoS attack, a distributed denial of service, which is a cyber attack that floods servers with internet traffic and makes it inaccessible. This is not confirmed, completely my own thoughts and opinions, so take that as you will. But yeah, it's a painful reminder of the risks that an always online future may have for gaming platforms. Been waiting for Metroid Prime 4? It's been 8 years since the original announcement, and Nintendo's officially reconfirmed that Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is definitely still coming out this year. Just in case, the 8-year wait was making you feel antsy. Now, what exactly this year means, we don't know yet. Could be the holiday season, could be sooner. Nintendo's keeping that juicy release date secret for now. But the important thing is they've said it's happening, and after 8 years, that's probably enough for most Metroid fans. So are you excited? Relieved? I'm excited. I come from the 2D era of Metroid, so I still need to play the entire Prime series. I should have started 8 years ago. We're definitely going to be covering this one closely, so stay tuned and sub to the channel for more news on it. And let's get straight to the point on this one. Elden Ring Nightreign launches May 30th of 2025 and will be priced $40 USD across PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S and 1, and of course, PC via Steam. This comes ahead of the Nightreign network test, which is scheduled this weekend as of the publishing of this video. Details will be linked down in the description. IGN had the opportunity to play an early build. They describe it in this quote: "Takes the cautious dungeon crawls of Elden Ring and turbocharges them into propulsive slash and dash speedruns." Sounds promising. May 30th can't come any sooner. And for our last story, Diablo creator David Brevik has some thoughts on modern action RPGs. He thinks they've gotten too easy. And I agree. I think Diablo 4 was way better at launch. I loved the challenge of the game, the slower pace of it. It was the best, and now it's too fast, it's too easy to get loot. I digress. Let's get back into this article. Brevik argues that fast leveling and throwaway loot has cheapened the genre. He misses the days of hard-earned upgrades and a real sense of progression. He's got a point. Old school Diablo was tough, and that made finding good loot and leveling up feel amazing. Newer action RPGs are faster paced, which some players love, but Brevik misses the challenge. It's cool to hear from a legend like Brevik. Maybe his comments will inspire some devs to bring back some of that classic action RPG feel. On one hand, I could see the genre is evolving and even innovating in many ways, but I would also agree that the grind has become too easy. Might be a good topic for another video discussing how grind in games has changed. And that's going to do it for this week's news video. Any thoughts you'd like to share or discuss, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. Remember to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe for more great gaming content. Also consider watching this recommended video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.